Hi guys, well that's it. The cottage is done. I got the last little job done about 5 minutes, 6 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. Um, Finished doing a little job, turned around, thought, right, what's next? And there wasn't anything. It was done. 16 years done. Got quite emotional, I can tell you. Anyway, so what's next? Well, I suppose get in touch with the estate agent and get it on the market. So maybe at some point um, I'll do a little bit of a tour of the place. Um, Quite proud, actually, quite proud. It's it's been a bit of a labour of love. It's been it's never become a chore, so mostly it's been enjoyable. Um, there are or have been some times when you think, oh, I wish it was done, but then you get hooked up in a job and you see the fruits of your labour and you see the outcomes and you see what you've created and you think, no, I'm enjoying this. This is good fun. 16 years of good fun is a long time, but it's been good fun. So maybe there'll be a house tour once it's on the market and I know who's going to be buying it. I'll maybe ask those guys and see if they mind. But yeah, quite proud of it. Quite proud of it. So we're on the way. First step complete. Well, at this point, I was going to put some footage of the renovations in, the sort of work that was carried out, what was done, what were the tricky bits. But then I thought, nobody's really going to want to see me sawing wood and laying tiles and painting walls. So I put some stills in instead to speed it all up. Well, who put that in there? Well, I suppose we all need a break. Anyway, what I have done, I've included a little bit of the tidy up process, the aftermath, but then I found this really cool way of speeding the whole process up. It was getting a little bit boring. Enjoy. If you're getting a little bit bored with that or just unimpressed, you can fast forward to 3 minutes and about 45 seconds and you'll get to the end of it. I'm pretty impressed with it though. It was real fun when I discovered that. So then, after the excitement of getting the place complete, we're now a week-ish down the line, and it's now on the market. Quite surprising, really, because it's a little bit more than I thought it might be worth or might be valued at, which is nice. But we'll see what people think about it. We'll see. Do people want to come and see it? Do people want to come and look at it? Do people like it? I love it. I'll be sorry to see it go. I'll be sorry to leave. But let's see. Scary. Very scary. Now, I know no proof is necessary, but I just wanted to include this little bit, just for my own benefit. What are you guys doing down here? Me? Can't you tell? Got all the gear on. Cleaning. House is on the market now. So we've got a big clean up. Okay, you going to join me? Righty-o, let's go. Got a bit of a problem. Can't wear all my gear in the house. Can't wear my safety boots. Oh well, just had to be extra careful. Yeah, okay, I know that's not real. I forgot to switch the microphone on. Ta-da! Yeah, no, it's not the first time I've ever done it. I do it every day. Well, not the dust sheets, but I'm still smiling. So then, at the start of this video, or at least I think it'll be the start of this video because I haven't edited it yet, I announced that after 16 years, the renovations on the cottage were complete, and that was completely accurate. It was also just a little under 2 weeks ago. A bit later in the vlog, you saw me vigorously cleaning the cottage and announcing that the cottage was on the market. That was also very accurate, but that was about a week ago, a fraction less than a week ago. During that week, there was an awful lot of interest, and there were 19 viewings, culminating in yesterday lunchtime, the deadline for what they refer to as the best and final offer. I had a meeting with the estate agents yesterday afternoon, and they had received 3 offers. Those 3 offers, all interestingly, I suppose, were all of a similar figure, which meant that all I really had to do was look at how each of them intended to proceed, in other words, what their situations were, and I narrowed it down to a couple that had looked at it quite early on, and they seemed to be the ones that were best prepared to take on a cottage like this, or the acquisition of a cottage like this. So the decision's now made. In effect, the cottage is sold. I know there's a lot of processes to go through yet, the solicitors and all that other paraphernalia, but the process is underway now, and it's quite exciting. It was a little bit daunting this morning when I was drinking my first cup of tea and thinking how wonderful and exciting life was now that the cottage was sold and the plans could go forward. And then I realised I've got to start sorting out all of my rubbish. Yeah, and then get it into storage before I can get out, or pass it on, shall we say, to the next lucky inhabitants. So that's where we are now. The cottage, the next step has been reached and passed. It was a daunting one. I wasn't looking forward to it. I thought, well, what if the figures are wildly different? You know, what if there are some really tempting big offers, but the circumstances weren't conducive to a fairly rapid sort of conclusion of business? Fortunately for me, I think I would have been quite sensible about it, but fortunately for me, I didn't have to make that decision. As I said, the figures were all within a very small margin, very similar to each other. It was just a case of looking at the circumstances that surrounded each of the offers, and how quickly I felt the whole proceedings could be sort of brought to conclusion. In other words, how soon I can pass on this wonderful house to somebody else. So there's where we are. I would like to say, and it's not complete yet, not over yet, but I would like to say a huge thank you to the people, Pocock and Shaw in Ely. They have all been really, really helpful. And I know it's their job, and I know I'm paying them to do it, and so on and so forth. But it just feels as if they've gone above and beyond what, for me, was going to be. I was daunted by the whole thing. The stress levels were not something I was looking forward to. I'm managing the stress levels so that I'm only dealing with things one at a time rather than in multiples. That's helped, but even so, it was still a little bit, should we say, fraught. And there were times when, particularly after the first set of viewings, where I hadn't had any feedback, and I expected feedback. Not that anybody said, oh, we'll feed it back, but I thought, well, somebody's bound to tell me that, you know, how it went. But what I hadn't realised is that the 2 days following the viewings, the guys don't work. The guys at Pocock and Shaw don't work. So of course they weren't going to contact me. And when they did, it was with very positive news. So look, smile, you see, I'm smiling. I've been told that I don't smile enough. It's not easy when you're trying to be a grumpy man, as you can see. You know, it kind of spoils the image if you're smiling all the time, and you look a little bit of an idiot as well. But so yeah, it's not surprising they hadn't contacted me because they weren't at work. And but I got a little bit, yeah, anxious, shall we say, that nobody wanted my house, it was all a pile of rubbish and so on and so forth. Not the case as it transpires. Somebody wanted it. In fact, several people wanted it. Unfortunately, only one group of people can have it, and that decision has now been made, and the process will move on. So, yes, next instalment to come. So then, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this rubbish, then give us a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of it as and when it's posted, ding that old bell.